Every relationship ended the same way. So I started questioning myself. I never thought I was the problem in my relationships. At least, not fully. But after the fourth breakup that ended in the same kind of explosive argument, I started noticing a pattern I couldn't ignore. It always started well. The chemistry was there. The conversations flowed. Everything felt normal, even exciting. Then something would happen. Something small at first. But in my head, it never stayed small. Every time, I found myself drawing a line in the sand that my partners said they couldn't accept. And every time, they called me the same thing. Controlling. At first, I thought they were just dismissing my feelings. But now I'm not so sure. Let me break it down. My last girlfriend was still best friends with her ex. Not just casually in touch. They texted every day. They called each other. They shared everything about their lives. At first, I told myself it was fine. People can stay friends after relationships. But then one night, she admitted something that changed how I saw it. She said there were things she told him that she didn't tell me. That hit me harder than I expected. It wasn't just about the ex. It was about where I stood in her life. I told her I wasn't comfortable with it. She said I was being insecure. We fought for days. Eventually, she left. Before her, there was another girlfriend. This one went out with her friend one night. They met two guys at a bar. Long story short, she ended up sleeping on a random guy's couch. She explained it like it was nothing. Her friend stayed with the guy she met. She said she just slept on the couch because it was safer than getting a ride alone. I tried to understand it. But I couldn't shake how uncomfortable I felt. Not necessarily that she did something wrong. But the situation itself felt off to me. When I told her I wasn't okay with it, she said I was overreacting. That I didn't trust her. A week later, we broke up. Then there was someone I met on a dating app. On our first date, she told me I was the first guy she had ever met from an app. It sounded sweet at the time. Like something innocent. But later, she casually mentioned a guy she had hooked up with from Tinder. I remember stopping mid-conversation. I asked her about it later. She said she just forgot about him. But something about the way she said it didn't sit right with me. I felt lied to. And once that feeling was there, I couldn't unfeel it. I ended it soon after. And then there was the last one. This one is the one that still sticks with me the most. She told me early on that she had been assaulted by a bartender at a local bar. It was serious. I remember feeling protective, angry, and sad all at once. I told her I was there for her. But a few weeks later, she said she wanted to go back to that same bar with her friends. Like it was nothing. That confused me. I told her I wasn't comfortable with it. Not as a rule. Not as control. But because I didn't understand how someone could willingly go back to a place tied to something traumatic, especially while the person still worked there. I even told her she could go anywhere else. There were plenty of other bars. But she got upset. She said I was trying to control where she could and couldn't go. That turned into another argument. And eventually, another breakup. After the fourth one, I started sitting with all of it. Not just their reactions. Mine too. Because here's the thing I started to realize. In every situation, I believed I was setting a boundary. But to them, it felt like restriction. I wasn't saying, I feel uncomfortable, can we talk about it? I was saying, I can't accept this. And once I said that, there was no room left for compromise. Only exit. So now I'm stuck asking myself a question I never wanted to ask. Was I protecting myself and my values? Or was I slowly trying to control situations I couldn't emotionally handle? Because from my point of view, I wasn't asking for much. I wasn't asking them to cut people off without reason. I wasn't asking them to change who they were. But every time I felt uneasy, I reacted strongly. Maybe too strongly. And the result was always the same. They felt restricted. I felt disrespected. And it ended. What's confusing me the most is this. I can't tell where a healthy boundary ends and controlling behavior begins. Because in my head, trust matters. Loyalty matters. Feeling safe in a relationship matters. But I also know relationships aren't about controlling every uncomfortable situation until it disappears. They're about communication. And somewhere along the way, I think I skipped that part. Now I'm left wondering if I keep losing people not because they're wrong for me. But because I don't know how to express my needs without turning them into ultimatums. And if that's true, Then maybe the real pattern wasn't them leaving. It was me pushing.